Members of your party brought forward a bill earlier this year that they say would have given parents more oversight of their children at school. But the so-called Parental Bill of Rights, even if it managed to pass the House, was essentially dead on arrival after the governor promised to veto it when the Attorney General's office raised concerns the bill could violate the state's non-discrimination laws. Supporters argue the bill would allow parents to be more involved in their children's school lives, but opponents say the bill could make the mental health crisis worse, with some saying the bill would have required schools to essentially out LGBTQ students to their parents by informing them if their child joined a specific club or if they confided in a teacher. If a similar bill had reached your desk as governor or does so in the future, would you sign it and why? Mr. ACR, to you first.
Yes, I'd sign it. If you want to worry about outing kids to their parents, you know what? Parents should be notified if their kids are having troubles or if they're now identifying as something that they're not physically, because that is a mental health issue that needs to be gone through with that parent and a doctor. You can deal with it by notifying the parent with a mediator in a room and allowing things to go from there. Teachers are already required to report abuse. They're already required to take that step to make sure parents are not abusing their children. So yes, we can do this safely, but you got to remember, parents should have a say in their kids' education. For better or worse, these are our kids. We don't hand them into government custody and then just let things be. Never in the world's history have you aggregated all power in a high-on government and expected it to be benevolently redispersed back down to the citizens. It just doesn't happen. I have 2 kids in dairy schools. I want to take care of my kids. I want to know what they're seeing, what they're reading. I want to know what they're being taught. I want to know if they're having problems.
Mr. Riley, if a similar bill reached your desk as governor, would you sign it and why?
I would, but I would work with the state legislatures to make sure to have plenty of teeth in it. As a dad who's got 6 kids total, 4 in our public schools right now, having served on the school board and policy committee and been an advocate in my district for so long, I've been on the front lines of this fight. Parents and grandparents are beyond frustrated about what's going on. I hear from parents all the time. They feel powerless. They feel that their voice doesn't matter. They get called domestic terrorists by Joe Biden in the swamp and all this craziness. Hey, at the end of the day, nobody loves a kid more than their parent. And by the way, when you have 4 kids in the public school, you don't have 4 kids in the public school. You got all their friends too. We hear the stories. We hear everybody from diverse backgrounds. They want the parents involved. But political ideologues have infiltrated New Hampshire public schools. We need a governor who knows what's going on in our public schools, who's been a part of them for years, and can fight back against some of the insanity that's going on to preserve the future so we can restore New Hampshire's public schools to the crown jewel of America that they once were. It will not happen, and we will not unify our communities without empowering parents.
If a similar bill reached your desk as governor, Mrs. Testerman, would you sign it and why?
Absolutely. First of all, our biggest problem is that our parents are supposed to be the primary stakeholders in their children's lives, and it's because of federal funds coming into the state that we can no longer, that we are allowed to tell the parent that I'm sorry that you're not allowed to know about what your child wants to do after they reach the age of 12. Sandra Day O'Connor said when we were arguing the parental rights bill, or the parental notification bill, excuse me, that the child is not prepared to make some of these decisions on their own. And so it is important that parents be allowed to be involved in their children's education. And government has no right to take this over. And so absolutely I would be signing such a bill. And I would also be working with our schools to get them to back off on all of the overreach that they are doing. They are not the parents, they are not the providers of food and everything else, but they seem to think they are today.